We're now joined by Republican Senator Bob Bennett of Utah. Senator, good to see you. First of all, the negotiations are now starting with Harry Reid, the White House, Chris Dodd, Max Baucus, all Democrats, as far as I can tell. Do Republicans feel left out of that negotiation?
One suggested that we hire somebody in a Sherlock Holmes outfit to start looking for where the negotiations were taking place. No, probably in Harry Reid's conference room, but we're not invited.
You could try to crash it.
Probably not.
Probably not. What do you think? I know that the Republicans, other than Olympia Snowe, are not happy with the product from Max Baucus's committee. Is she going to be punished? Will she lose her shot at perhaps becoming the ranking Republican on the Commerce Committee once Senator Hutchinson resigns for her Senate race, her governor's race in Texas?
Yeah, no, I doubt that there'll be any punishment connected with it. Olympia's made it very clear she still has some strong objections to some of the things that could be put in the bill, and if the Democrats have their way, probably will be put in the bill. So I think it's a little premature for the Democrats to start celebrating about Olympia's vote.
Do you think that eventually there will be a health care bill that emerges from the Senate? And do you think that any other Republicans will join in?
Well, if the bill looks anything like the two that we have before us, and they will have to be melded together to produce one new bill, I don't see any Republicans supporting it. Because some of the things that Olympia objected to in the Finance Committee are available in the Help Committee bill, and certainly they would be available in a bill that would come back from a conference. Now, this bill is a mess, frankly. It has all kinds of problems connected with it. The most significant one, of course, is its overall cost. And for the president to say, well, this won't add to the deficit, it reminds me of the irresponsible husband who comes home and says to his wife, well, I've just made a down payment on a new car, and look, it's not going to cost us anything because you just got a raise. And she said, but, you know, the house is, the roof is leaking, the kids' college funds are depleted. We're going to use the raise to pay down our debt, not go out and buy a new car. And that's what they're doing. They're raising taxes. They're raiding Medicare in an effort to pay for this thing in a year when the Treasury Department has just said we're $1.4 trillion for fiscal 2009, and we're looking at $1.7 trillion in deficit in fiscal 2010, and somehow we can afford to pay for this? I don't think so.
I want to just ask you briefly, because you are a key member of the Senate Banking Committee. The House side is having oversight hearings today. Kenneth Feinberg, the PAYSAR, is challenging some of the AIG bonuses. Do you think that you should also look into some of these bonuses that Feinberg is trying to claw back?
Well, let's let the House do their work and see what they have to say. We are focusing right now on trying to deal with the financial regulatory reform and overhaul. And I'm not sure it's particularly productive for both bodies to be focusing on something as sensational as the raises. Let's see what the House does, and then we'll talk about it.
And just now, by the way, the Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, said when asked by us at his pen and paper briefing whether there'd be a health care bill by Christmas, he said that there's no guarantee that there would be one by Christmas. Does that sound about right to you? Is it going to drag out?
It does sound about right. We're not going to get to this bill for another 2 to 3 weeks because, as I say, first they have to put the two bills together. Then it has to be put on the internet, be available for people to read. Then you have to get a score from the Congressional Budget Office. You put all those things together, we're about 2 to 3 weeks away from even seeing the bill. And then if you look in past history, we in the Senate spent 7 weeks debating No Child Left Behind. We spent 8 weeks debating an energy bill. This one is every bit as important, if not more important, than all of those. And if we spend that much time on it after we finally get it, I think there's a very real possibility that we won't be able to pass anything this year, which puts it over into next year. And the political dynamic will be very different then.
It's a long time frame. Thank you so much, Senator Bennett from the
You
Hill.
bet.
And we'll be right back.
For all the moments that make every day special.